All right, we're doing a little something different today. Helping out a friend. As you can see, I'm not in the Sandy. I'm actually in a Bobcat 50, I think. No cab. It's the weather's good, nice and sunny. Anyway, stay tuned. Kind of be a little bit of different experience on a different machine. And we're doing a lot of stumping and a lot of brush piling today. Anyway, stay tuned. So we got a little ways in the project. We've got a pile set up there. We've hit, as you can see, those little dirt spots are where the stumps were still at. Got a little bit of debris filled up there. This is pretty steep. This machine really doesn't seem to like climbing the hill. I would say that my Sani drive is probably a little stronger than this one. This is a rental, so I'm assuming they have it turned down a little bit. Kind of the standard setup on the Bobcat here. The machine's in good shape, 800 hours or so, and it's doing a really quick job of getting it. The biggest difference is the reach. It's much further reach. So I'm progressing a lot faster for this particular project just because I can reach out further. I've got to take all that brush down here, and that's what size stump we're dealing with. I've already pulled one out there, got another one there, and we're just working our way up the bank here. As you can see, there's another one. If you look out here, I've already removed a bunch. I don't know that I'll get video of me actually operating. I really don't have anywhere to mount camera to this particular machine. A lot of it's fiberglass, so there's really nowhere for my camera mount to go that I can be assured that it will stay there. But I'll do the best I can. Just kind of a different experience. I will say the bucket dig out force on this, it's comparable, but I think at most situations, especially with the standard bucket, this may be a little bit bigger bucket for a 50, I'm not really sure. It's a little bit harder to get the stumps out with this big bucket compared to what would have been with the 18-inch on the Sani. Another thing I'll note is this control, these actually stick. So if you don't force it back to the center position, I kind of noticed really quick after running my machine, either hands or feet, if you don't force it back to center, it'll go just, a couple of inches, which is a little unwary on, kind of surprises you, I guess. Other than that, so far so good. I'm actually a lot further along than I thought it would be. I've been on the machine less than an hour and I'm almost halfway done with this side of the bank. I don't know what's under here though. I think I'm going to end up with a lot more stumps on this side, but we're going to clean up as much as we can. Anyway, stay tuned. Okay, so we made a little ways up the bank. Like I said, all that's done. We've been working up into this pile here. Everything underneath this pile are stumps. So basically it's rake everything off to expose the stumps, get everything off without flipping the machine. This is really, I don't know if this is going to do it justice, but we're at a pretty steep angle here. Basically I'm just kind of working my way up, and then as I work my way back down, I'll kind of clean up what I can. Really need like a rake or something, but this should work fine and get all this cleaned up. I'm actually going to try to go up as far as I can and clean back as much as possible and try to get it down here into one pile if I can, two if I can. But pretty cool. That was a pretty big stump, and it pretty much pulled it up just with leveraging the bucket. That's a really big bucket to be removing stumps, but seems to be working fine. is really hard to do with one hand. We figured it out. This is basically how the stumps are coming up. They're not too bad. Basically dig on the back side, front side, and both sides, and generally they pull back out. All right, so we got a little further along. That is really steep. Hopefully that building there gives you some idea of the steepness going up. You have to be real careful about not getting your tracks kind of spinning, or you'd slide back down. But this machine does pretty good. It's a little bit bigger than the Sani, so that is a benefit. It adds a little bit more reach, and the track speed, definitely the high speed on the Bobcat is just a tad bit faster than the high speed on the Sani. So tracking around is a little bit quicker, but that kind of comes with the territory on a bigger machine. So we've got pretty much all that done. Really, I've got just a few stumps. I see one there, one there, one there, and there's a couple more out there. That's probably the biggest one that I have left, those two right there. I may try to get those up there. We'll get that cleaned up and kind of just regrade a little bit. This was pretty rough in here. I think this kind of had been graded over here previously, but this over here was just all this brush was basically laying on a bunch of stumps. But we got most of that cleaned up as best we can with what we have. A grading bar would be ideal here, but this shouldn't be a big deal after a couple of rains and a little rake. This should smooth out and be able to turn this in a yard. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.